Hello, 你好. Welcome to Proficient Chinese 101, Lesson 6. In the previous lesson, you've learned the right ways to pronounce the second tone. In addition, you've also learned 3 new words with the second tone. Well, in this lesson, you will learn how to pronounce the third tone correctly. But before we get to that, let's do some review of the second tone again. Remember, the second tone is a rising tone, such as huh? What? Yes? Okay. Now another helpful tip for you to pronounce the second tone right is to raise your eyebrows, open your eyes widely, and show a surprised expression. Alright, as you have mastered the second tone, let's do some practice with the new words you've learned. One more time, okay? Number 1. What is the word for person or people in Chinese? Good job. 人 人 人 Number 2. How did you say a door or gate in Chinese? That's right. 门 门 门 Number 3. How about the word for head? Very good. 头 头 头 Awesome! As you are ready for the next step, let's dive into the third tone without further delay, okay? Well, speaking of the third tone, on this diagram, it looks like it's a falling and a rising tone. However, to some extent, it's not completely true. The truth is, it represents low tone. Well, today you are going to learn how to pronounce it correctly. Don't worry, we are going to have fun with it. Okay, let me tell you something. There are 3 different rules that you need to keep in mind to pronounce the third tone differently. First rule, when you pronounce the third tone on its own without combining with any other syllables, it has a dip and a rebound tone. Basically, you will pronounce the syllable at the lowest point of your vocal cords, and then you bounce back the sound. Let me give you an example on this, okay? 想, it means to think. When this word stands alone or occurs before a pause, you need to pronounce it this way. First, you need to dip your tone to the lowest point of your vocal cords, and then you rebound it lightly, like this. 想, 想, 想. Okay, let's do it one more time. 想, 想, 想. Good. Another common word, 你. It means you. When this word stands alone or occurs before a pause, you need to pronounce it using the same method. First, dip your tone to the lowest point of your vocal cords, and then rebound it lightly, like this. 你 你 你 Okay, let's do it one more time, okay? 你 你 你 Excellent! As you have understood the first rule of the third tone, let's talk about the second rule on pronouncing the third tone correctly, okay? So what is it? Well, when you combine the third tone with the first tone, second tone, fourth tone, or the neutral tone, you need to pronounce it as a half-third tone. What is half-third tone? It's simple. Instead of having a rebounding sound, you simply need to focus only on the lowest point of your vocal cords. Yep, no bouncing. Let's put this into action, okay? The word 想念 is a combination of a third tone and a fourth tone. It means to miss somebody. Based on the second rule, the third tone is pronounced as a half-third tone, which does not have the rebounding sound. This is how you pronounce this word correctly. 想念 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 not 想念 Okay? Let's say it again. 想念想念想念 Excellent! As you've understood the second rule, let's talk about the third and the final rule, okay? What is it? Well, on the second rule, we've talked about if the third tone is combined with either the first tone, second tone, fourth tone, or the neutral tone. You will pronounce it as a half third tone. The question is, what if there are two third tones together? Well, in this case, the first third tone is pronounced as a second tone. For example, in the word 你好, it means how are you? Each syllable, 你 and 好 has a third tone. When you put them together, the first third tone, 你, has to change to a second tone, 你. So the word is actually pronounced 你好 instead of 你好. Let's say it again, okay? 你好, 你好, 你好. One thing you should keep in mind is, although the first third tone is spoken in a second tone, it's still marked with a third tone in the written text. So what you need to do is, whenever you see two third tones together, even though both of them are marked with a third tone, you always pronounce the first syllable with a second tone, regardless of its written tone mark. Let's practice the third tone one more time, okay? Number 1. How do you say to think in Chinese? That's right. 想, 想, 想. Number 2. How did you say you in Chinese? Very good. 你, 你, 你. Number 3. Did you know how to say to miss somebody in Chinese? Excellent. 想念, 想念, 想念. Number 4. How did you say how are you correctly in Chinese? Good job. 你好, 你好, 你好. Awesome! As you have mastered the third tone as well as understood the 3 different rules, we are going to learn the fourth tone in the next lesson. Wait, before you say things like, there are a lot of things to remember. Well, don't worry. In the future lessons, you will combine each tone while you are able to pronounce them correctly. I promise it will be fun and easy. That's all for now. I will see you guys in the next lesson. See you! 再见。